Hey, William.
Hey Kevin, what's up?
Nothing much. We're back here at the restaurant.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. So, what do you think we should talk about today while we fine dine and chat?
Let's talk about Disney's Hollywood Studios.
Yeah, the expansion plan. Oh, hold on. Here comes our waiter.
Good evening, sir. What would you like today?
Um, we're gonna share a large pizza.
Right. Hold on. What kind of pizza do you want?
I don't know, you pick.
Hmm. How about a cheese pizza?
Sounds good to me.
Alright, I'll be back with your pizza shortly.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
So a lot is happening for Disney's Hollywood Studios. It was actually said that they're spending $1 billion budget, and that's the same when they did the advancements for Disney California Adventure.
That is true. Well, now that we have a bunch of information about it, or we don't really have enough information yet, though.
We don't, but there's a lot of buzz of rumors and such, and
Yeah, a bunch of information through rumors.
right, and I feel like we should talk about it because a lot of it seems plausible.
Right. You said you made a list.
I did, of things we should talk about. So, again, $1 billion budget. It can only mean one thing, that big things are definitely coming for Disney's Hollywood Studios.
With $1 billion, that's more than $999 million.
$1 more, but hey, it's still the same. But for instance, I remember back at the D23 Expo and the Blue Sky Pavilion, they had...
In the Imagineering Pavilion, yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
They had a lot of crates based off of Star Wars.
Right.
And they had orange harvest. I know they have oranges over there in California, but we also are big in oranges here in Florida. And you don't have that much land over there, and the only
Right.
I can think of...
It's all cramped space.
So yeah, the only thing I can think of is putting Star Wars over here, because there's talks about destroying the streets of America, which is one really big walkway with nothing in between, to the backlot area. And I've heard that Bob Iger wants new stuff from episode 7 and so forth and so on. One of the easiest things they could do is put episode 7 stuff in Star Tours.
Yeah.
All they have to do is update it.
Yep, just update the footage.
What would you like to see Star Wars in Hollywood Studios?
Well, they do have the Jedi Training Academy. Do you think they're going to replace Darth Vader with Kylo Ren?
They might bring him out, but Darth is such a classic villain. Without him, there would be no Kylo Ren.
True. Here comes the pizza.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So what?
So the next thing on my list is more plausible than anything else on this list, is a Pixar expansion.
Right. It is right near the backlot tour.
Right, which is gone now, and there's all that room, and they're also adding, which is confirmed, that they're adding a third track to Toy Story Midway Mania.
Right, to help calm down the crowds.
Right, that's gonna be awesome to have more Pixar in Hollywood Studios, just to have more attractions, for that matter, more rides and
Toy Story Land.
not Toy. I hope not Toy Story Land. That would just.
No one wants Toy Story Land.
I don't mind having more Toy Story themed rides, but at the same time, I want other themed, like Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. I want that. I want
Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. But don't you think that they're going to put Radiator Springs Racers in the Catastrophe Canyon area?
I hope so. I want a little homage to the attraction.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. And also, Lights of Interaction's going, for sure. I found out something. If Disney spends a buttload of money on one attraction, just to give it updates and stuff, that usually means that they're blowing out their budget so they can get rid of it. If you see a lot of advancements on one attraction, it's probably going away.
Aren't they getting rid of the Indiana Jones area?
They are, and it's sad, but at the same time, I'm okay with it, because I gotta be part of the show. So I'm totally fine with it going. It's outdated, and it's sad to see it go. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad it's going. Back to rumors. This is the whole thing about rumors, is that it's rumored that we might be getting an advanced version of the Indiana Jones ride, where
The Temple of Doom.
The Temple of Doom.
So Mara, the temple goddess, might be coming to Florida.
I want an Indiana Jones presence there because it's right beside Star Wars. So the Lucasfilm, it's really easy to put something Indiana Jones there. Okay, this one kind of makes me upset, and it's sad to me. Is that the Muppets might be on the chopping board, the Muppet attraction.
No,
I know.
you can't do this to me.
I know, but
No.
here's a little silver lining. That attraction is easy to pack up and move if they're going to keep it. They can easily pack it up and move it. And it's one of the attractions that doesn't cost that much to run. So, it's easy. They might pack it up and move it, or they'll add a new Muppet experience to the park.
Right. Maybe they're gonna move it somewhere else and make a Muppet themed land. Because they were gonna do that at first, right?
Right, but I don't think the Muppets are as popular as they used to be, but they might be because the ABC show will be coming out soon this year, which will hype up the Muppets, and maybe we'll get a Muppet Land or a Muppet section of the park. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
So, what attractions should go? Since we're talking about attractions leaving right at the moment.
The Great Movie Ride.
That's not
Okay.
going to go away anytime.
Okay, listen.
soon.
I know we have our own show here, and listen, everyone's got their own opinions, but I treat the Great Movie Ride like I do with Storybook Land here in California. It's dated. It's so dated. But, there are hardcore Disney fans that want this attraction to stay. If you're going to keep the park with a new theme, you have to be like Elsa and just let it go. But,
I'm proud of you using a Frozen saying. But anyway, go ahead.
Thank you. But, if they're gonna do more things, you have to let Imagineers try new things. You can't just let old things stay.
You're right. It's kind of like, I was sad at first to see the hat go, but it needs room if they're going to expand. The same thing with the animation building going. It's sad, but at the same time, bigger and better things are on the horizon.
Right. And if they really wanted to do a thing about movies, then they should have kept that theme going instead of just cramming a bunch of random stuff in this park. And it's just sad now, but at least we know that this park's going to get a new name.
And get love. Finally get some love.
But,
Right,
there's still no word about Fantasmic being closed.
I know.
But please, can we get a new dragon for Orlando? We have Murphy.
It won't work.
He says it's Maleficent Dragon, but you know what? I'm just gonna call it Murphy. I like the name Murphy.
I heard a different name for her. I heard they actually call a different name, but a girl name. You're right. I feel like we need a new dragon, but what I heard is they're not going to close it down anytime soon because it's one of the biggest things they have there, because of the
big stadium.
And that's what a lot of people go to the park for. It's fantastic.
Right, but also that show's just a giant. It's like 10 minutes of water screen out of like the 30.
You're right. It's like that, but at the same time, it's an awesome show. You can't go wrong. It's one of my favorite shows down at Walt Disney World.
Also, what the heck is up with not Pinocchio? What the heck is up with Pocahontas? I mean, I know they're trying to make it different from the one in California, but can you at least add something that represents new heroes? Like you could do Hercules, or you could do the scene from Peter Pan where they're at Skull Rock.
That'd be awesome, definitely. But again, it's all those pretentious Disney fans that won't, back to Elsa, let it go.
Mm-hmm.
And Disney's all about making the people happy.
Right.
Most of the people who are happy are way older than us and love the things the way they are.
Right.
So
what's next on the list?
The Voyage of the Little Mermaid show.
Ooh, maybe that's where they might put the Muppets?
That's where actually the Muppets started. The Muppets
Really?
started I think, no, not started, maybe not started, but anyway, they had a show in that theater.
Oh, you mean like it was the live action, like, where they were standing up?
They were actual stand-up characters. Before Talking Mickey, there was Talking Kermit. His mouth moved and everything.
That's a little fun fact for everyone.
It is. It was a pretty funny show. It was Muppets. All around, it was a Muppet show.
Oh yeah, there was a clip of that on YouTube.
There was also... It was before Muppet Vision 3D.
Yeah.
And they even had Muppets on set where they had a show and everything where Phineas and Ferb is now. They actually had a place where, like, they had the Muppets do acts, and in between their acts, you actually got to meet them.
Really?
Really. Like, Kermit was in the director's chair, and Miss Piggy had a lavish, trailer where you got to meet her. You got to meet Bean Bunny. You got to meet almost all the Muppets, including the, what is it? The Electric Mayhem. You got to meet them, too. Other things that should go...
Beauty and the Beast. I don't want that show to go, but maybe they could fix it up, but it's rumored to be gone, right?
Yeah, it's been there since the 90s, dude. I'm sorry people listening, but it's the cold hard truth. It needs love.
Also, the characters, Mrs. Potts, Chip, Cogsworth, and Lumiere, they're not really meet and greetable.
They're not. They were once for limited time magic.
Here's what you need to do, Disney. Bring those characters out for like 5 months, and then everyone's happy. Bring them out for a meet and greet before you make them go away. Or before the show goes away, but keep the characters.
Talking about characters, that park is almost buried with characters. I remember back when I went around the first time I went to Hollywood Studios, there were characters up and down the streets of America. Before Pixar was there, Pixar placed their characters there. It was full of Disney characters. I remember meeting Ron Stoppable and Kim Possible on Streets of America. I remember meeting the Power Rangers. Yes, I know they're Nickelodeon now, but they used to have Power Rangers at Disney.
Right.
I met the Pink Ranger and the Red. It was just so much fun there. You were definitely in the middle of making a show. You felt like you were there. But now the streets are barren. It's just a really highly themed, dated walkway through to get to the other side of the park. And it's also a very small park. But hopefully not for long, because this is the biggest rumor of all you'll hear on Fine Dining and Chatting. There is so much land that they are not using.
Yeah, I got a little example of the map over here, and on my phone, and there is a lot of room.
You see where the parking lot is? All that could definitely be moved easily, and they could definitely double the size of Disney's Hollywood Studios. Because I admit it, when I went to Star Wars Weekends, I walked that park around about 5 times, easy.
Really?
Really, and...
Even if you went on, like, the rock and roller coaster?
Yep, I did.
Speaking of that, do you think they should add more? Aerosmith is can we talk about that?
Sure.
Quickly? Because I was thinking they should update the rock and roller coaster. I know people like Aerosmith, but I'm thinking it would be cool to see Kiss or Def Leppard come into that ride. It launched to Pour Some Sugar on Me. I'd like to do that.
Or have him write a song for that attraction, just how, like, Aerosmith wrote a song for that attraction.
Right, but isn't the song different every time you ride it?
Nope, it's the same song.
Really?
I think it is. I've only read it. I wrote it twice, and it's the same song. So it might change. I just had that chance where it's the same song. So
I guess you reached that percentage of you'll hear the same song kind of ratio.
Yep. Kind of like how I got the same adventure on Star Tours. They're almost the same. At least one.
In Disneyland Paris, I know that their rock and roller coaster plays "Dude Looks Like a Lady."
Oh, that's awesome! They should switch. At least make an upgrade where it changes.
Marluxia's song because he's a dude with pink hair.
Or at least change like a song every ride. But it's fun. It's definitely fun, and
maybe update the band or keep Aerosmith, or have different bands like every week or something.
That might be just too much money. You never know with that. It'd be it's an awesome idea.
Yeah. Maybe live concerts outside?
one thing I think needs to go, and they can let it go. I know Frozen's a big thing, but it's cool how they updated the theater and stuff and so forth. And
The Frozen sing-along,
the
yeah.
Frozen sing-along. I know the little girls love it, and the parents go in there just to look at.
Maybe to help expand the Star Wars thing, maybe they're going to move the Frozen sing-along into where the Voyage of the Little Mermaid theater is.
The effects in that theater stink. Oh my gosh, it's so sad to see that, because there's not that many seats. When they're apparently blowing the ocean breeze onto you, you can hear the zzz, the fans blow, and half the show is animation, like fuzzy animation. Are you kidding me?
It's still on a projector, like
Yeah.
a film projector kind of.
Yes, it is, and you can see the.
Holy Christmas!
It's great puppeteering for Under the Sea, but you can see the puppeteers, and I don't want anything else in that theater. I just want them to gut it out and start all over.
Well,
Honestly, I know a lot of people like The Little Mermaid, but I watched it finally. Because there was nothing else to do. I just went in there and watched it, and it was like, oh, I feel so bad for Disney because of this one attraction.
well, maybe they're gonna put something else there, but I don't know. That show's been there since the '90s.
Again, with everything else, a lot of that stuff is dated. Like, seriously dated. That needs a big upgrade, and that park needs love. You know what? I can talk about this on and on, but what are your final thoughts on Disney's Hollywood Studios and what might be coming?
I'm thinking that the park itself needs giant help. And I can already tell you that they are going to announce some things about it at D23, which I will be there. I'll be covering all 3 days, and I will get the full scoop on it.
I heard at least we're getting a name. That's supposed to be announced.
Right.
My final thoughts is do something, Disney. Do something majorly, because I know there's no other reason why you're doing special events like Star Wars Weekends and the villain thing, which kind of bombed. But anyway, it's to bring people into the park. There's no other explanation why you're doing these special things to bring people in the park, because it's a low capacity place where people go when they've been to the other parks, because those other parks are really fun. No wonder you're doing advancements, but the fact that you're closing down a lot of things, and we know things are closing down for a reason, I can only imagine what you're going to create, and I know it'll be grand and spectacular. If not, there are hiccups in the road, but
Lots of hiccups.
like I said before in one of my past videos about the hat, is Disney will never be complete as long as there's a Imagination World, which I didn't say, but I also said we keep moving forward.
Right.
And those are my thoughts on Disney's Hollywood Studios. What I want to know is, the listener, what are your thoughts on Disney Hollywood Studios? What attractions would you like to see specifically, or a certain land, or a character, or experience? What do you think? That's fair?
Right. I wonder what the viewers are going to think.
That's what I really want to know. That's out of all this, and I hope you're not mad by our thoughts or disturbed by our
Everyone's got
thoughts.
some opinions.
But everybody has opinions, and that's what the cool thing about Disney is. It gives an opportunity to discuss about it, if you agree or don't agree. But before we actually sign off from Fine Dining and Chatting, make sure to like us at Facebook at facebook.com/the Disney Dudes.
Right. And you can follow us on Twitter at the Disney Dudes.
And you can follow us on Instagram at 2BKingsShow. What's that last thing they can do, Kevin?
Right. They can subscribe as well. And if you like this video, please be sure to hit that like button and favorite it, and be sure to share this with all your other Disney friends and see what they think about Disney's Hollywood Studios.
I know it's a lot to ask, but it shows us love and that you care, and it actually inspires us to do more for you.
Right. Sharing the Disney spirit.
Yep, that's what Disney's all about, and that's, I think, the coolest thing about Disney is there are no strangers. You love Disney, you share that love for Disney, and you make friends out of it. That's how me and Kevin started. Again, thank you for joining us for this edition of Fine Dining and Chatting.
Thank you guys so much again. Thank you so much. And hey, William.
What?
I say we finish this pizza and head back to the studio and work on some other projects.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Mm, mm.